Hi, I'm Any New Province, and is this possibly Pauper playable? That's the question I want to ask about Preposterous Pirates, Siren Lookout, Shipwreck Looter, Siren's Ruse, and March of the Drowned. All of these cards were released in Ixalan, and I put them in this blue-black Pirates deck for Pauper to see if we could possibly get a few wins out of it. What this deck is trying to do is land a Preposterous Pirates, an Archaeomancer, and 2 Nightscape Familiars, to make infinite mana with Ghostly Flicker. Once you have that infinite mana, we can do a few things with this deck, including bounce a Siren Lookout or a Shipwreck Looter to mill our whole deck, or bounce a Muldrifter to draw our whole deck with Archaeomancer and Ghostly Flicker. If we do mill our whole deck, we'll need a win condition, which we use March of the Drowned to go find. March of the Drowned can be returned with Archaeomancer to get a Rishadan Cut Purse. What Rishadan Cut Purse is going to do is it's going to force our opponent to sacrifice all of their permanents. This deck can also win just by attacking with our 2/1s, 1/1s, and 1/2 flyers here that could become 2/3s, so it does have a backup plan just in case everything goes south. The way we're going to find our combo is using Preordains and Siren's Ruses. So long as we're bouncing Shipwreck Looters with Raid enabled and Siren Lookouts, or even Muldrifters, we're going to be able to draw through our deck pretty quickly to find our combo. We also use Disfigures and Chainer's Edicts to slow our opponent down enough that we can get our combo put together. Prohibits and Counterspells are the rest of our interaction suite, and we're going to use them to counter any integral spells that our opponent plays to win the game. The mana base is 4 Ash Barrens, which I'm using instead of Evolving Wilds because sometimes it's important for us to have 2 mana on turn 2 to cast a Prohibit, or a Shipwreck Looter, or a Nightscape Familiar. You get the idea. We also have 3 Dimir Aqueducts, which can recur important lands like Dismal Backwater, Ash Barrens, or our Lonely Sandbars. When they bounce them, we can use them for more value to gain life, to search our library, get a card, and thin our deck, or draw a card off of Lonely Sandbar. We have 4 Dismal Backwaters, 2 Lonely Sandbars, we have 7 islands, and 3 swamps, and that's the mana base of our deck. Just 23 lands because we plan to do a little bit of drawing in the early game. Our sideboard consists of 1 Dispel. This is for control decks where we want to try to counter their counter spells, as well as any other kind of burn deck that wants to use instant spells, maybe even Izzet Blitz. We have Hydroblast. This helps shore up our match against any kind of red deck. It's very good against burn and affinity. We have Spreading Seas, just in case we run into Tron. We have Auraflux. This is kind of our 1 silver bullet against Boggles. We have Deep Analysis, which is a great value card if we're playing anyone with a lot of discard, or if we want to just go into the late game and draw 4 cards at some point. We have an Exclude for creature decks because it can be such a blowout. We have Doomblades. This is to kill any creature that isn't black, which does come up a lot. We have Evenkar's Justice, just in case the game goes very, very long, and we've recurred some of our Dismal Backwaters with Dimir Aqueducts, and have a slight advantage over our opponent's life total. We have a Shrivel just for all those pesky tokens that we get an extra turn to deal with before they stop being summoning sick, and we have Nihil Spellbombs, which is kind of our best impression of a Relic of Progenitus. So that's the deck. We are going to try to make infinite mana, get our opponent to sack all of their permanents, and maybe even have to beat in with our Siren Lookout. See you in the matches.